Hello boys and girls, this is part 2 of Queen Esther, and we've called it The Biter is Bitten. Haman got the king's robe and put it on Mordecai. He led him through the city on a horse and shouted as he went, "This is how the king honours a man." Do you remember that from last time? Afterwards, Mordecai returned to his duties at the palace gate, and Haman hurried home, and he was hiding his face in shame. He told his wife and friends what had happened. His wife and advisers said, "If Haman is a Jew, this is just the beginning of your troubles. You'll end up ruined." The king and Haman went to dine with Esther on the second dinner. When the king asked again, "Esther, what can I do for you? Just ask, and I'll give it to you." Esther answered, "Your Majesty can save me and my people, because the law has gone out to kill me and my people." "Who would dare to do such a thing?" the king asked. Esther replied, "That evil Haman is the one out to kill us." Haman was terrified as he looked at the king and the queen. The king was so angry, he got up, left his wine, and went out into the palace garden to cool his temper, because what he said was law. Haman realized that the king had already decided what to do with him, and he stayed and he begged Esther to save his life. Just as the king came back into the room, Haman got down on his knees beside Esther, who was lying on a couch. The king shouted, "Now you're even trying to force my queen here in my own palace, hanging from his own tower." Oh dear. Right away, Haman was hanged on the tower that he had built to hang Mordecai, and the king calmed down. Before the end of the day, King Xerxes gave Esther everything that belonged to Haman, the enemy of the Jews. Esther told the king that Mordecai was her uncle. So the king made Mordecai one of his highest officials and gave him the royal ring that Haman had worn. Then Esther put Mordecai in charge of Haman's property. King Xerxes then said to Esther and Mordecai, "I now give you permission to make a law that will save the lives of your people. You may use my ring to seal the law so that it can never be changed." So on the 23rd day of Silvan, the 3rd month, the king's secretaries wrote the law. They obeyed Mordecai and wrote to everyone in Persia. The Jews were no longer afraid. In fact, they were very happy and felt they had already won the victory. God answered prayer to save his people. In every province and city where the law was sent, the Jews had parties and celebrated. Many of the people in the states accepted the Jewish religion because they were now afraid of the Jews. Jews still celebrate the Feast of Purim today. God is just as willing to answer your prayers. Just trust him. God bless you, boys and girls.